Hey guys, it's Lucas here from Sports Tips by Jellyman. Another one of our NBA Nightly Insights videos, this time for Monday, the 8th of November. And we'll begin with the Nets against the Raptors. J.Harris, 19 plus points, 14 points and 16 points across his three matchups versus the Raptors last season. And believe it or not, he was the only really consistent net through those bunch of stats against the Raptors last season. And OG, 21 points and 25 points in his last two matchups versus the Nets last season. So look at both those players' points and what the over-under is sitting at in that one there. Now, Randle against the Cavs last season, 28, 12 and 11. 28, 6 and 6, 16, 8 and 6 across those three matchups. So obviously earlier in the year when the Cavs were potentially a little bit more of a threat to New York, and New York were trying to get their name out there, Randle obviously improved upon that, but then later in the season sort of died off when potentially minutes were a bit more slimmer. But the Cavs are a threat this year. The Cavs look good, and especially depending on if they're at home. I'd be looking at the Cavs for a lot of games this year, but that's a little bit of an insight apart from obviously Randle scoring and assisting and rebounding in that one against the Cavs. Now, Giannis against the Wizards last season, 33 points, 11 rebounds, 11 assists, 31 points, 15 rebounds, 10 assists, and then died off in the last game, only 23 points, 9 rebounds, and 8 assists, but still unreal. So looking at him obviously against Beal and the Wizards. Now for Beal, 37 points and 42 points in his two matchups versus the Bucks last season. So his points over, and I believe that game is at home for Washington. So Beal loves scoring at home in front of his family, in front of his kids. Everything like that. Last but not least, we've got the Kings versus the Pacers. So Brogdon, 24 points, 4 rebounds, and 9 assists in his one matchup versus the Kings last season. And then Harrison Barnes, who has been on a scoring tear for his namesake. Obviously, a lot of the other scorers in the league score a lot higher, but for him, I think he's upped his average by about 8 to 9 points from about 14, 15 points last season to about 23, 24. So Barnes actually had 30 points and 8 rebounds in that one matchup versus the Pacers last season. Feel free to like, follow, and subscribe for more insights and recommendations on the NBA by Sports Tips by Jellyman.